Hello everyone, my name is Sumit. Today we will discuss about the lipids. These organic compounds are non-polar molecules which are soluble only in non-polar solvents and insoluble in water because water is a polar molecule. In the human body, these molecules can be synthesized in the liver and are found in oil, butter, whole milk, cheese, fried foods and also in some red meats. Let's talk about the properties of lipids. Lipids are a family of organic compounds composed of fats and oils. These molecules yield highly energy and are responsible for different functions within the human body. Listed below are some important characteristics of the lipids. Lipids are oily or greasy nonpolar molecules stored in the adipose tissue of the body. Lipids are a heterogeneous group of compounds mainly composed of hydrocarbon chains. Lipids are energy rich organic molecules which provide energy for the different life processes. Lipids are a class of compounds characteristic by their solubility in nonpolar solvents and insolubility in the water. Lipids are significant in a biological system as they form a mechanical barrier dividing a cell from the external environment known as the cell membrane. Lipids are the polymer of fatty acids that can contain a long nonpolar hydrocarbon chain with a small polar region containing oxygen. Then next we will talk about the classification of the lipids. Lipids can be classified into two main classes, that is non-saponifiable lipids and saponifiable lipids. Then we will talk about the non-saponifiable lipids. A non-saponifiable lipids cannot be disintegrated into a smaller molecules through hydrolysis. Non-saponifiable lipids include cholesterol, prostaglandins, etc. Saponifiable lipids. Saponifiable lipids comprises one or more ester groups, enabling it to undergo hydrolysis in the presence of base acid or the enzymes, including waxes, triglyceride, sphingolipids, and the phospholipids. Further, these categories can be divided into the nonpolar and polar lipids. Nonpolar lipids, namely triglycerides, are utilized as a fuel and to store the energy. Polar lipids that could form a barrier with an external environment, that is water environment, are utilized in the membrane. Polar lipid comprise sphingolipids and the glycerophospholipids. Fatty acids are pivotal components of all lipids. Then we will talk about the types of lipids. Within these two major classes of lipids, there are numerous specific types of lipids which are important to life, including fatty acid, triglyceride, glycerophospholipids, sphingolipids, and the steroids. They are broadly classified as a simple lipids and the complex lipids. Simple lipids Simple lipids are the ester of fatty acid with various alcohols. In that fats that the ester of fatty acid with glycerol, oil are fats in the liquid state, and wax ester of fatty acid with a high molecular weight monohydric alcohol. Then complex lipids, these are the lipids which have ester of fatty acids containing group in addition to alcohol as well as fatty acids. Phospholipids, these are lipids containing in addition to fatty acid and alcohol phosphate group. They frequently have a nitrogen containing bases and the other substituents. Example in a uh, glycerophospholipids, the alcohol is a glycerol, and in a sphingolipids, the alcohol is a sphingosine. Glycolipids, glycospingolipids, lipids containing a fatty acid, uh, sphingosine, and the carbohydrate. Other complex lipids such as sulfolipids and aminolipids. Then lipoprotein may also be placed in the category precursor and the derivative lipids. These include fatty acid, glycerol, steroids, and other alcohol, fatty aldehydes and ketone bodies, hydrocarbon, lipid soluble vitamins, and the hormones, because they are uncharged acylglycerols, that is glycerides, cholesterol, and cholesterol esters are termed neutral lipids. These compounds are produced by the hydrolysis of a simple and complex lipids. Fatty acid. Fatty acid are a carboxylic acid or organic acid, usually with a long aliphatic tail, long chains, either unsaturated or the saturated. Saturated fatty acid. Lack of carbon to carbon double bond indicate that the fatty acid is saturated. The saturated fatty acid have a higher melting point compared to the unsaturated acid of the corresponding size due to their ability to pack their molecule together, thus leading to a straight rod-like shape. Then next is unsaturated fatty acid. Unsaturated fatty acid is indicated when a fatty acid has more than one double bond. Often naturally occurring fatty acid possess an even number of carbon atoms and are unbranched. On the other hand, unsaturated fatty acid contain a cis double bond which create a structural link that disables them to group their molecules in a straight rod-like shape. Then we will discuss about the example of lipids. There are different types of lipids. Some example of lipids include butter, ghee, vegetable oil, cheese, cholesterol, and other steroid waxes, phospholipids, and fat-soluble vitamins. All these compounds have a similar features, that is insoluble in water and soluble in organic solvent, etc. In that, first one is waxes. Waxes are the esters, an organic compound made by the replacing the hydrogen with acid by an alkali or another organic group, formed from the long alcohols and long chain carboxylic acids. Then next is phospholipids. Phospholipids are primarily composed of phospholipids that are phosphoacylglycerols, triacylglycerols, and phosphoacylglycerols are the same, but the terminal of alcohol group of phosphoacyl group is esterified with the phosphoric acid in place of fatty acid, which result in the formation of phosphofatidic acid. The next example is steroids. Our bodies possess chemical messenger known as the hormones, which are basically organic compounds synthesized in the glands and transported by the bloodstream to the various tissue in order to trigger or higher or hinder the desired process. The next example is cholesterol. Cholesterol is a wax-like substance found only in a animal source food. Triglycerides, that is LDL, that is low density lipoprotein, HDL, that is high density lipoprotein, that VLDL, that is very low density lipoprotein, are different types of cholesterol found in the blood cells. Cholesterol is an important lipid found in the cell membrane. It is a sterol, which means that cholesterol is a combination of steroid and alcohol in the human body. Cholesterol is synthesized in the liver. This is all about the lipid. Thank you.